Sad news to share this time. The Honda Navi featured in a few videos here was stolen. The bike is equipped with a GPS tracker, which performed flawlessly, but ironically doesn't seem to be helping the situation. I'll explain as I step you through the sequence of events. Watching the security camera footage here, we can see the thieving scumbags showing up at 4:34 a.m. They know exactly what they are doing and where they're going. Equipped with masks and with the license plate covered, they do their dirty work. A minute later, at 4:35 a.m., the owner of the Navi received a text message alert that the GPS tracker in the motorcycle had detected tilt and motion. The owner assumed it was a junk text or something that could be ignored until later in the morning and went back to sleep. Two minutes later, at 4:37, the low-life thugs were on their way out of the parking area and gone. About half an hour later, at 5:04, the owner received an alert from the GPS tracker app this time. This got his attention. After quickly checking the GPS tracker app and seeing the tracker headed down the highway a few miles away, he called the local police. Local police began filing the report, gave the owner a case number, and told him to call back when the Navi had stopped moving. An interesting side note, the police didn't have a Navi in their reporting system and had to create it then, so this case may have the distinction of being the first Navi reported stolen in the state of Maryland. A few minutes later, at 5:17, it was evident the bike had stopped and was located along the side of a house in Washington, D.C. The owner called the local police to update them. After learning the bike had stopped in D.C., police informed the owner they were transferring the case to the D.C. police and someone would be in touch. As you can imagine, time moves very slowly when you're waiting for a call back about something like this. The owner waited a couple of hours, then called the Washington, D.C. police. They would send an officer to check the location and would call him back. A couple of days passed and still no word from the cops. But on this day, the GPS tracker location moved. Not very far. The tracker appeared to be in the road a couple of blocks from its previous location, away from the main road. The owner called DC police again to let them know the GPS tracker had moved. Police again said they would send someone to check and call the owner back. Over a week passed and the owner finally called DC police yet again. Same response, police would send someone to check and they would call him back. But this time a detective did call back, and quickly. Almost too quickly. Less than 5 minutes later, the detective called to let the owner know they had checked and found nothing. I'll let you draw your own conclusion, but it seems doubtful the cops looked very hard within 5 minutes, if they even looked at all. The detective ended the call by telling the owner to call them again if he had any other information. The tone and language seemed to indicate a sense of closure. That was a couple of days ago, and no contact has been made since then. One of the most disappointing things about this is we often hear about people successfully recovering lost iPhones or iPads on their own. And police are quick to give their canned responses like, "We strongly discourage civilians from attempting to recover their own items and allow law enforcement to do their jobs." Well, we're seeing how that has turned out. Another disappointment is how the GPS tracker hasn't really helped like you would expect. I know many of you are probably thinking the owner should go to the location, beat up the thugs, grab the bike, and get out of there. However, the neighborhood the bike was believed to be in has a safety rating of 14 out of 100, with assault and murder way higher than national average. So poking around this neighborhood could have a pretty good chance of leading to a shootout. The GPS tracker has a battery life of up to 4 months when stationary. As of May 11th, 2023, the battery was nearly full. If you want updates on this story or other motorcycle content, don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I thank you for watching.